Hello everyone and welcome to this introductory video of Halls Node. This is Halls of Valhalla. So basically what is Halls Node? Well, what Halls Node is not is it's not an improvement to Node. All it is a collection of files, or we'll call it application for now, that basically makes Node much simpler to get started up and going for your game or your application. With my tutorials that I do, I've seen a lot of questions come through. I've seen a lot of issues. A lot of people got started with no problem. That's great. But the one thing I was kind of noticing is it is kind of difficult to get started every time. So what I want to do is I wanted to build a basic file system that you can just drop your game in, make a couple connections, and bam, you're ready to go. Or if you were just starting from scratch, you have a base to start from scratch, and you already have the easy things done with, and some complicated things. So what Halls Node is a basic starting area where the connection's done, the player chat's done. Then you'll have additions and modules like room chat, adding a map system, a lot of little things that we can add in there that you can either add or take away from your game, and it makes the game that much easier. It kind of gives us a base, and as you know, the more the community gets into it, the more modules we'll have. I'm going to add a lot of modules for my games. And we're just going to keep building this thing, and it's just going to be a great starting point for anybody to use. This is totally free. It's always going to be free. The only thing I ask is that you give Indie Resource some credit if you can on maybe your game site or whatever. And I do have a donate button if you want to donate, but it's not important. That's not what this is about. But I just want a good starting place for everybody. The one thing, just make sure, if you have any questions or anything, go to Indie Resource. Just type in indieresource.com, and it'll bring you here to our portal. Kind of got rid of the website, and we're mainly using the forums, but you can head to the forums, and I have right here Halls Node, and you can just go in there, and everything will be in there, all the questions, modules, all that good stuff. So make sure that you swing in there. To add a little bit more, currently Halls Node is it's 1.0, and maybe when you're watching this it may be up to 2 or 3 depending on when you watch this, but for now the base is 1.0, and it does have and I'm going to show you in the next videos, it does have a start, a nice startup just for getting chat and player connection and thing going. But then inside the modules, I've already added rooms to where you guys can have different rooms and things. And then the one thing I'm doing right now, or I kind of started to do, was I was building a MUD, kind of HTML5 MUD to kind of update things a little bit. And one of the #1 questions I get out of anything is, how can I build a map system? And I know with Node, people are really going to want to transfer their map back and forth from Node and keep cheaters and not have a client base. So I'm going to throw in the map system that I built as well, just to give everybody a base start. And I'm also going to add in a lot of commands, MUD commands, and things like that for you guys, because you can use those even for applications. And there's just tons of other things. So I'm going to continue to add to this thing, and the one thing I want everybody to remember is Halls Node is not a game, and it's not meant to be just a plug and play game. I'm giving you a base. It's your job to code the rest. This is just to get your multiplayer working. So when you watch the videos, you're going to see that my CSS isn't perfect, or I'm not creating this great visual thing. It's just to show you how to use Halls Node so you can plug your game into it, and that's basically what it's about. So with that said, let's get started.